gripped Tamil Nadu's Madurai when the Tamil Nadu police arrested several protesters, including some Hindu outfit leaders who planned a demonstration against the alleged actions of the state government, and some anti-Hindu elements as are being labelled by the opposition in the state. But first, let's give you a brief on what the issue is all about. The controversy stems from an incident that allegedly showed individuals consuming non-vegetarian food at the Thiruparankundram hill, which is a site revered as belonging to Lord Murugan. This viewers sparked outrage among pro-Hindu groups. Hindu Munani, a Hindu outfit, had planned protests near the Subramaniya Swamy temple despite being denied permission by the authorities. The allegation by these pro-Hindu groups is that a section of Muslims are attempting to alter the religious landscape of the temple. Earlier as well, on the 18th of January, the police stopped Islamist outfits from carrying out animal slaughter at the Madurai hill. Given these allegations and past instances, the Hindu Munani organized this march to protest against alleged encroachments and reported animal sacrifices at the hillside. Now, earlier today, tensions escalated when a few members of these pro-Hindu outfits along with Chief of Hindu Munani were arrested when they attempted to march on with their protest. This forced a response from the BJP in Tamil Nadu, which criticized the DMK government for its handling of the situation in what they called an anti-democratic manner by arresting BJP leaders and members of some protesting Hindu groups. In fact, Union Minister L. Murugan condemned the arrest while also alleging that DMK's political drama alludes to catering to its vote bank in the state. The DMK on its part is cited maintaining law and order and justifying the police action. But is the crackdown selective or is it justified? We'll take that up with our experts joining us. Uma Anandan, leader Tamil Nadu BJP, with us this evening, along with Rahul Ishwar, activist, and Mr. Pularao, political analyst, completes the panel. My first question is to Mr. Rao. Mr. Rao, there are questions being asked of the DMK and allegations of selective crackdown on quote-unquote these violations. So tell us, what do you make of the DMK stance so far, and how is DMK justifying its position? What is being said by the BJP, by the AIDMK, all of those political rivals of the DMK in the state, as this is anti-democratic and, to say the least, reeks of appeasement?
See, first of all, if it would be selective if there was a choice. Where was the choice? Everybody knows, including my friend Mr. Ishwar, if there were no police, if there was no clampdown, there was no section 144, there would be violence. Who started it? Who instigated it? Who does it? That's secondary. There is not selective at all. It is something for law and order. You have to rush police. You have to have a show of force. You have to stop it. And if there are issues, the court is the right place. Court should decide whether each group has their rights infringed and what are their rights per se. And all of that is right there in law. There's a lot of settled law also involved in this matter. And let me just remind you, Christine, that sometimes we say, there's not enough police, there was a riot. Is it not better to have very secure, very substantial police presence? If nothing else, they won't fight. There won't be a riot. And I think it's a very good step. Every state government should take preemptive action. This is preemptive action, anticipating trouble, because I've already announced trouble. When two hostile groups, known for very stringent views, are going to meet, it's going to be a clash. And everybody wants their, sorry to say this, publicity in this. There's a lot of media cameras on out there, there would have been nothing there. So therefore, I believe that it's a good step to maintain law and order. As far as law and order is concerned, there can be no ambiguity about it. And there are courts there. And the district magistrate, district collector has said, go to the court, get your rights verified, come to us, we'll implement it. I thought this was handled well.
Okay, Mr. Rao, you're saying that, but the charge against the DMK and why these Hindu groups are up in arms, why they want to carry out a protest, goes much beyond law and order situation. They're saying an attempt is being made to alter the religious landscape of what is very close to their faith and to their hearts. Uma Nandanji, you wanted to come in and respond, please. What's your take?
See, first, as you told, Thiruparankundram is more than 2000 years old. The Devaram hymns saying, I would like to ask Mr. Pularao whether he is aware of certain happenings that he talks about law and order situation. Where did that fly when the Ramanathapuram MP went there, had biryani at the top of the holy shrine, And let me tell you, it is not a Murugan this thing. Murugan is the other famous deity here, but actually it is Kashi Vishwanath temple. Vishwanath temple, which is at the top. And as I told you, it is more than 2000 years old. When it is 2000 years old itself, you know that all the kings, ancient kings would have done a lot of contributions to this temple, and even Thirumalai Nayakar has done. And if you know that, where is the proof all of a sudden? The government, he spoke about law and order situation. Where were the police when they allowed the MP and all his cronies to climb up and have biryani on top? Why they were were they, all these people? They want to change the landscape. They want to see Thiruparankundram is the place where, as I told you, Kashi Vishwanathar and side is Murugan deity, who after slaying the demon Surapadman blessed him to become a cock and a peacock in his flag, and he comes to Thiruparankundram and marries Devanai, daughter of Lord Indra. This is what is the truth. Would they like to destroy all this and make it Sikandar? Where was Sikandar and who was he? And Dargah worship, is it there? And this particular judgment that it belongs to Thiruparankundram, the entire thing belongs to the Hindu shrine, has been quoted in the Privy Court as way back is 1931. And let me remind him that in the Ayodhya judgment, this was mentioned. And the Girivalam, when we say Giri, it means a hill. And the streets around, the entire villages belong to the Thiruparankundram temple. That is the verdict and that is the truth. Would they like to? The government is playing simply to fan the beliefs of the people, Hindu people. And I would like to ask him, and he must understand the feelings of the Hindus. Murugan is one of the most worshipped god in the southern parts of Tamil Nadu. And when the court decreed that the protest could be held in a matter of few minutes, lakhs of people have gathered. What does that signify?
Same time, Umaji,
is Mr. Pularov aware of all this? And he talks
that
about
said, I think permission was denied.
That said, permission was denied. The law and order situation.
Very much aware.
Okay,
These are
all right,
disputes
Mr.
which
Rao,
are going on.
They gathered in a matter of few minutes, no?
Okay,
They
Mr.
matter.
Rao, Umaji,
They
I'll come to you in
cannot
just a
change
bit.
the landscape
What is
of our
important
ancient
before we take this political fight forward? What is important is for our viewers to understand how it all began. Now, Rahul Ishwar, we do know the significance of this temple. Umaji is, come in on the same, spoken about it at length. Has been here for 2000 years, right? And so has the Dargah. It's been there for years at length. We've seen the two communities worship at their respective places of faith.
No, the Dargah has not been there.
Okay.
Dargah worship is not there. It has been banned in Islam, this thing. How does it come? Islam forbids Dargah, this thing.
No,
How
but
did
the
it
Dargah
come?
has been there, Umaji, right?
Dargah is only in late 90s.
Right. No,
In
no,
the
I'm not
middle
saying,
90s.
I'm not taking it
90s
back
it
to
was
2000 years, but I'm saying that
90s.
there has been a Dargah there for a
Yes.
while now, and we've seen people
You give
of
them-
both the communities.
See, it is like the camel and the tent. It is like the bishop and the camel. That's all.
What
story of
stoked
the
these
camel.
tensions,
Let's think
Rahul?
about
Rahul, you've been tracking the story.
Can I point out one thing,
What
Krithwinji?
stoked these tensions? Because allegations are that non-veg food is being cooked, it's being eaten there. There are allegations of animal slaughter. There are also allegations which were spoken of by Umaji that there is a section of people reportedly attempting to rename the hill as Sikandar Malai.
Krithwinji, two submissions. I believe, as a proud South Indian Hindu and a Hindu activist, Murugan is all close to our heart. Like Umaji brilliantly articulated, Murugan, Ayyappan, and all the deities, and not only them, all the deities are a part of our soul. So I definitely think Hindu sentiment should be respected. And along with that, like Pularao sir also said, see, Mahatma Gandhi also rightly said, without Hindu-Muslim unity, we cannot move ahead. Without some kind of finding a middle ground and consensus, we cannot move ahead. We are the largest Hindu majority nation in the world, and we are the largest Muslim minority nation in the world. We need to find consensus. There may be natural kind of difference of opinion, but shouldn't we find consensus? We have such a big land, and there need to be not any fight regarding temple, dargah or mosque. And one more thing important regarding Dargah, we should be knowing the Heartline Islamist group, like Umaji rightly said, they don't agree with Dargah. The whole idea of Dargah is that Dargah is a part of the Indian cultural ethos and ecosystem. From the holy Sufis came in, when people like Khwaja Muhyiddin Chishti came in, the entire Dargah culture in India is a great part of our Indian civilizational heritage, where we go and respect an elder, where we go and respect a senior in that particular faith. So it's a part of our synergy. That's the reason why even PM Modi ji himself sends a chadar to the Khwaja Muhyiddin Chishti, the Ajmer Dargah, and Mahatma Gandhi also respected it. So we need to find consensus. Yes, Hindu sentiment should be respected. Things like non-veg, if it can be avoided, that would be good, because we are very touchy about these kind of subject. At the same point of time, we need to learn to coexist together. If there can be a space for Dargah, there can be a great space and hill for, Murugan. Can't we coexist and can't we find a consensus?
Mr. Pullaraji, what was said
Not
by
at our
Umaji
cost.
is
Not
also
at
very
our cost.
scathing. Is also very scathing. How is it that a DMK Neta was allowed entry into the region? 144 is in place for everyone who wanted to stage a protest, but a DMK politician. Why is that?
No, that was, you see, going into nitty-gritty, I can't say, maybe it was before. Right now, today, contemporary.
That's what the
district
BJP is
magistrate-
saying. The BJP is
the
saying it
district
wasn't
magistrate
from
has
before.
asked-
K. Annamalai,
district-
the Tamil Nadu BJP chief, has actually broken down the details and has spoken of the
Maybe,
presence of a
but
DMK
as-
leader there.
But as Mr. Rahul Ishwar said, should every issue in this country become a kerosene bomb? You should try to find out, have they talked to the other side? They should talk to the other side and say, listen, these are our sentiments. Why don't they talk to them? They speak the same language. They dress mostly in the same way. They do all those things together. Why didn't they talk? What is the great thing if they talk? Let us see, they may have disagreements, but they're not talking. They want, I'm sorry to say this, publicity. Ask Mr. Ishwar, what? They say this is the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Hinduism is far, far, far deep. Nobody can touch it. And Hinduism can take all these little waves and torrents and tsunamis and still survive. But my request is to Umaji, she being a very senior personality of Tamil Nadu, why don't they talk? Why don't they have a word with each other and say, listen, these are our differences. Let us agree to coexist. Let the courts decide. Let the courts decide. All that Umaji has
one
said.
submission, sir. Shabarimala can be a
No, the
great
matter
model.
is sub judice.
Ayyappa
The matter is already
judgment.
sub judice. The court has
Pullaraji,
sought.
sir, just one
1931
submission to you.
shoot this.
Shabarimala can be a great
one
model.
second, Rahul, I'm coming to you. Let Umaji respond, then I'm coming to you. The court has taken note of
See,
this, has
I am
asked
sorry.
for more
Let him
submissions.
know the facts.
But Umaji, another fact is
1931 it has come.
Umaji, you can respond. But another fact is that the police did on the 18th of January stop the SDPI PFI members who wanted to carry out animal slaughter in that very region. So you're blaming them of selective
That was the
crackdown,
next
but they
time.
were also
Right.
stopped.
Yes.
They were stopped. They were stopped.
Only
And
after
there's
the
a
outrage,
144
after Mr.
there.
Nawaz Kani had gone and done all that, only after a hue and cry was raised, they did that. And now I would like to ask Mr. This thing. There is a Privy Council judgment. There is already a judgment, and he says, let them talk and all that. Why? At what cost should we give? Should we simply
At the
sacrifice
cost-
all our places
at the
of
cost-
worship?
no,
when
no,
the
at the
entire
cost
thing, when
of-
we are giving record,
at the cost
when we are
of,
giving
I'll tell
records
you.
that it is our Murugan, our
I'll
Kasi
tell you.
Vishwanatha
No,
shrine,
but
let him
Mr.
know there
Rao-
is a Privy
but
Council
Ra-
judgment.
Mr.
It
Rao,
has been quoted in Ayodhya.
It's also a
It
serious
has been
allegation
quoted-
of appeasement.
It has been quoted in the Ayodhya judgment.
No,
Why
no,
this
it
kind of
is
a
not-
crackdown? The
you say-
BJP says hundreds of BJP leaders,
Why
pro-Hindu
should we?
leaders have all
Why
been
should we
arrested.
be the sacrificial lambs
No, it is
always?
not. You say
Why should we be the
hundreds,
sacrificial?
thousands.
Okay, Mr.
I
Rao,
don't go by that.
Umaji, let him
I don't
respond
go
and I
by
need to
that.
go across to Rahul for the last comment. Mr. Rao, 30 seconds, please respond.
Rahul, I should respond.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. No. You see, as Mahatma Gandhi said, you have to live in harmony where there are differences, go to court. India is too large a country. The world is watching us. And these small issues are not victories for the Hindus. They're
Sir, exist
defeats
in harmony,
because-
but not at the cost of
No, these are not
one
victories.
side being
You make your
tolerant.
point,
Umaji is saying,
you have time on your
do
side.
not take
You have-
advantage of our tolerance is all that she's saying. Rahul,
never be a one-way
Tolerance
street.
is our strength.
Rahul.
No, sir, just one thing. Pluralism is our strength. Tolerance can, Vivekananda Swamy also says, tolerance can recall so many things. Let this be a two-way street. Shabarimala can be a great example. Swamy Ayyappa's best friend is a Muslim, Vavar, and we have a mini dargah for Vavar inside Shabarimala, where crores of Hindus visit. So let us find
Please,
a consensus
Rahul.
and please remember,
Rahul,
like
don't-
Pujaniya
we don't
Sarsang Chalak
accept
Mohan
that.
Bhagawatji said, We need to find consensus. India is great because India has pluralism. India is great because we have Hindu, Muslim, Christian unity.
No.
And let us not break that unity and let people like Umaji take initiative to talk to the other side and find a consensus. We have Hindu Munni leaders, so many people. Please find a consensus for us. We are all looking forward to seniors like you to find a consensus.
Rahul, Umaji
and
is
end the
in
confrontation.
disagreement with you. Let her respond. Umaji, last word to you.
No. The Vavar, Rahul, I disagree with your Vavar story itself. That itself has been a thrust upon story. I don't
ma'am,
agree
that's
for that.
historical
And
truth.
why is
That's a
tolerance and
historical
this
truth.
always expected from us? And one more thing, do we go to any dargah and create, do we go to any mosque and create, after all it has been, how many temples have been destroyed and mosques have been built? You are taking the Hindu population for granted. That is my thing. The tolerance is only from our side. Do we bow down
I agree
every
that
time?
it should be a two-way street.
Okay,
I
so-
agree that it
So
should
if
be
there is
two-way.
an
about the
allegation that the
Thiruparankundram,
sanctity
it cannot-
of the temple is
it
under
cannot.
threat and it needs to be protected, then some sort of reassurance would help. Some sort of reassurance will perhaps make this whole controversy reach a stage of amicability, as is being suggested by Rahul and Pulla Rauji as well.
This
Let's
is
see how this
Ayodhya
plays out.
of Tamil Nadu.
Let's see how the
This
DMK
is going to
responds
be
to
done.
this and whether or not there are any merits to the arguments being made by the political representatives. Thank you for that, gentlemen, and Umaji.